Welcome back to the studio. Today we are looking at the Napoleon featurette or featurettes. Is it just one or
Yeah.
two?
It's 2 short ones. It's 2
Okay,
real
so
short
two short
Napoleon
ones.
behind-the-scene featurette things that were
Yeah.
released on YouTube.
Okay.
Look, I would love for them to give us a 9-minute, jumping,
Ooh,
parachuting off a
hmm
cliff behind-the-scenes video like Tom Cruise
Oh,
does
that
with
was
Mission
excellent.
Impossible,
yeah,
but we don't get that with all our movies,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
since behind the scenes live online these days, they seem to be shortening and shortening. Where's our 10 hours of Lord of the Rings behind the scenes is my
Well,
question.
that came out like later when the movies came out on DVD.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna release the 5-hour behind the scenes of Ridley Scott's Napoleon?
Yeah.
Probably.
When the movie comes out, yeah, definitely.
They
That's how
won't.
all behind the scenes things do.
No, they don't because they don't make behind the
Yes,
scenes
Let's
anymore.
watch this, and then we'll
Not
talk
long
about it
edits.
afterwards.
Alright, freaking here we go.
When you're doing a war film, the scale of everything is so massive. I wanted to
It
do it
is.
all in one go. I'd have 300 men, 100 horses, and
That's
11 cameras in the field.
Yeah.
It's amazing because you've actually
And it's all
reconstructed the whole
practical.
thing. I started to think, like Napoleon, that influence can be great, or it can be deadly.
I follow in the footsteps of
This is gonna
Alexander
be
the
good.
Great and Caesar. I am destined for greatness.
Napoleon.
Joaquin was just so incredible.
I'm not built like other men.
I cast
Nope.
Joaquin
Different.
because of his passion.
I will keep you guessing and scared.
Scenes with him just felt really authentic. He was unbelievable at capturing the idiosyncratic psychological portrait of this unpredictable personality.
When you're doing a film with Joaquin, he comes alive. He's evolving into Napoleon Bonaparte.
It was really amazing to watch him touch the really dark places. I could really see him tapping into that kind of psyche.
My destiny is more powerful than my will.
He's one of the best.
I found the crown in the gutter. I picked it up and placed it atop my own head.
Napoleon. Exclusively
Okay.
in movie theaters November 22nd.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. All that practical war action,
Oh man.
and then,
I think we got two different elements. We got what's the scale of this movie like, and then what's the performance in the movie like, which I think is the two most important things for me for this movie is the performance of Napoleon, like we said in previous sort of biopic, even though this is more of a historical movie.
right.
Like with Elvis, it's like what's the most important part is the performance of Elvis.
Yes.
For the movie called Napoleon, it's Napoleon, and then also the war scenes have to be really cool, really
Now,
intense.
the difference I think that's gonna be interesting is with the example you used, Elvis versus Napoleon.
Mhm.
Unless you're a history buff, you don't have all of the details around Napoleon.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, it's really just what's documented about him. So in a lot of ways,
Mhm.
Joaquin is creating his version of Napoleon, whereas Austin Butler had to
Yeah.
become an existing personality that everyone already could visualize, hear, see, look across from in their mind from growing up with Elvis, right?
But I feel like there's at this point, it has been, over 200 years, but Napoleon as a person is so well documented by soldiers and by aristocrats and, people in the army and everything.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of the things you don't necessarily, you don't have as much to live up to in a different
Are you
way
making a
from
short
Elvis,
joke?
right? No. I wasn't.
You don't have
I'm talking.
as
I'm
tall
talking
of
about
shoulders to stand on.
right. I'm talking about where Elvis is recent history, and so it's very important how you portray him.
Yeah.
Napoleon is almost kind of a legend, so it's
Yeah.
important how you portray him according to history.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Elvis, it's like it's important to his family.
Right.
It's important to the
Well, to all
people
the
who knew
fans.
him.
The
Yeah,
fans
and to
who
the fans.
followed his career and came to all
Whereas
the
with
shows.
Napoleon, it's important to the history buffs.
Yeah.
Right, the history buffs, and the big question I think here is gonna be, do the history buffs like this movie? Because
Mm.
if you just look at it as a movie, it's gonna be fun. Do the history people like it, though? It's gonna
I'm
be a
gonna
big
say
question, you
yes.
know?
I feel like it.
Okay,
I
just
wa-
speak for them before the movie's
yeah,
out.
I am. I am. I am.
You don't
Uh,
know. You don't. You
I
can't. You're
think
just
they're gonna
guessing. You
probably
don't
do a
know.
good job, though. You don't think Joaquin
Well, we've
Phoenix
already.
is doing his due diligence?
I
Well,
mean,
I
there's more
mean,
to it than just the character. Is how the battles played out. I mean, when we posted our first video for Napoleon's reaction, the trailer, our comments were full of people giving us as many Napoleon facts as they had.
mm,
Yeah.
It was reminiscent of Austin Butler or Elvis, except people were mad at us with Elvis.
yeah.
With this, people are they got the info. They know
Mm.
if the ice broke during a battle, like before the battle, or if it broke after the battle, you know? So they gotta freaking know what they're creating here because there's a lot of
I know
people that's gonna
there was an ABBA song made about one of the battles.
Yeah. Can you
an
sing it
ABBA
for us?
Yeah.
song.
You know, hit us
No,
with
I don't want to get
it.
copyright.
Oh,
Could
okay.
you
I don't want to
whistle?
get any sort of copyright thing. You guys know the song. You get it.
Sure. I think okay. So Ridley Scott's directing. It's going to be a well put together film. Definitely going to keep you on the edge of your seat. And I do think it's not surprising that Joaquin Phoenix is diving into this role in an impressive way. Those are two things are very predictable. I guess in some ways I'm surprised that we didn't really hear about this at all. It seems like a huge production, a big
Oh,
film,
yeah.
and then they dropped a trailer and no one
Well-
really was talking about it beforehand.
No, people were talking about it like 2 years ago before COVID. There was
Yeah,
like
when it was
one photo.
announced.
There was one photo of Joaquin Phoenix in the outfit
Mhm.
that went online, and that was all we had. But it was just one photo, and everybody was talking about that one photo. They're like, "Oh, Joaquin will be cool."
I would like to remind you guys of a timeline thing. However, the trailer came out.
Yep.
There was no strike. There was a big
Mm.
writers and actors strike, and now new stuff is coming out.
Hold on.
So
Hold on. No, it was this. The trailer came
I'm-
out while the strike was happening.
either while or before, but I'm saying I think I'm not saying like the timing is a huge thing. I'm just saying it feels like they've waited to put out this featurette stuff
Mm-hmm.
till
After kind of.
till after the writer strike stuff.
Yeah, or they just have a lot of other films they're also promoting. I believe this is Apple TV and Sony that did this movie, if I'm recalling correctly. So there's been a lot of stuff that they've come out with recently. And no, Joshua, I don't think that a lot of people were talking about this. One picture of him with Napoleon outfits did not get as much talk or conversation. Didn't reach my ears, but you know what did?
No,
reach
it
my
did. It
ears?
was just so long ago you don't remember because it was like pre-COVID almost, and
Pre-COVID. What happened pre-COVID?
Not pre-COVID.
it was
Those little remember when
definitely post-COVID.
Netflix put on Facebook, or they released the photos of their Narnia series, like their little concept posters when they acquired the rights for Narnia. I remember that. And that was back in 2016, I'm pretty sure.
well.
Oh wow.
Comment down below if you remember.
Post-COVID don't matter, man.
If you remember this coming out and people talking about it, then put it in the comments because we gotta show Joseph that
Okay, show
the
me.
thing.
Okay, show me. Thank you guys for watching. Just like Joshua said, let us know what you guys think. We really appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content just like this. We love you, and we'll see you in the next reaction.